Okay, now we're gonna check out the former Ford factory. I don't know too much about it, we're gonna learn, but I do know that the British surrendered to the Japanese here. Pretty big deal during World War II. So let's go inside the Ford factory and see what we can learn. Join us. Come on. There's the entrance to the former Ford factory in Singapore. Oh. Thank you, sir. Hello.
That's the biggest seller.
Oh, in Singapore?
That's why you see that name all over the place.
There's a road.
Kit.
Cool. So we're reading here that the Japanese attacked Singapore on the December 8th, 1941, the same day of the infamous Pearl Harbor attack in Hawaii. Quite coordinated. There's some of the bombing campaigns in Southeast Asia done by the Japanese. So it looks like the British and Australian forces just consisted of not really experienced soldiers. That led to them not really being able to hold the line in Malaysia and retreating all the way down to Singapore to make their final stand here. We're coming up on the very room where the British surrendered to the Japanese. 130,000 British and Commonwealth troops surrendered to 60,000 Japanese troops. Half. Pretty incredible. Here's the very table the British surrendered to the Japanese. And there on the wall, the clock is stopped at the exact time the surrender was signed. Statues of Percival, leader of the British troops, and Yamashita, leader of the Japanese army. The Japanese were not very nice. It's estimated that within the first days of the invasion and occupation, 50,000 Chinese were executed. Okay, we're getting to the turning point. Midway, things are starting to look good for the Allies in the Pacific. The bomb was dropped in August. September 5th, British forces returned to Singapore. These are pretty cool, they're flyers dropped by the Allies, trying to convince the Japanese to surrender.
I forget what happened to the young Shida who was executed.
Yeah. Is that Percival?
Yeah, I think that's Percival.
Oh, so he made it?
Yeah, he's alive.
Wow.
In fact, he was on the battleship Missouri when the Japan.
Wow, he was there.
I'm pretty sure it says it in here somewhere.
Cool. Okay, we're corrected. This is not Percival. It is Lord Admiral Louis Mountbatten, Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, accepted the surrender. The Japanese soldiers got off pretty easy. Here it says only 2 were sentenced to death for the war crimes in Singapore. I was reading a little bit online about the Ford factory, and one thing that they never mentioned inside there was its history of being haunted. Because apparently, I mean, according to Wikipedia, after the Japanese surrender, quite a few Japanese soldiers committed seppuku, ritual suicide inside that factory. So legends are saying that their ghosts still haunt the factory to this day. I'll report though, we did not see any ghosts. Did you see any ghosts?
I didn't see any ghosts. That doesn't mean there wasn't ghosts.
Yeah, I didn't. Maybe at night, I don't know. Anyways, that's the Ford factory. Super interesting. We got to see the exact spot where the British surrendered to the Japanese during World War II and the fall of Singapore here at the Ford factory in Singapore. If you're a history buff like us, you gotta check it out. Thanks for watching. Signing off.